Hi, my name is Amber Dawson and welcome to my portion of the Travel Collab workshop. I'm really excited to be here with you, and I'm going to be working with you first on getting started on your project. So the project that I'm going to be doing is a trip to Vegas in 2019, and I had a few things I wanted to share with you. So when I travel, I carry some sort of cardboard envelope like this in my bag, completely empty, but I find that almost anything that I ever want to bring home will normally fit within this size package. Even cruise or enlarged like papers, like this is 12.5 by 9.5, so it'll fit nearly anything that I need to bring home, and if I need to I can leave the flap open if something's longer, but I find that most of my things get protected fairly well with this. Once I come home, I usually move things into envelopes like these. So for example, here's another one that I haven't quite labeled yet from a very recent trip that I took, and I've moved everything into there because again, these envelopes will fit almost anything that you need. So as I'm considering my project here, I have things that I've collected on the trip, and that includes a few products like a stamp or a Nevada specific product that I have saved. I have my photos, and I've already considered what kind of album I'm going to be using for this project. So I'm going to be doing a 6x8 album. I haven't even quite opened this one yet. This is actually a Studio Calico black linen album that I bought from Ali Edwards' website. It's got some page protectors in here, and it's got a really nice plain inside. It's got a little bit of stamping here with the brand and everything. That's fine. And it comes with a few page protectors. So this is going to be the album that I'm using. Since this is plain, I am considering maybe doing a decoration or something inside, but those are things that I'll worry about towards the end. So I know what my project size will be, which helps me to understand what kind of size photos I'll be using. So one of the first things that I do when I come home from a So one of the things that I do when I am considering photos for my album is most things are going to be 4x6, 3x4, or I can also go with full page enlargements. For some people that's 7x8.25 or 6 3/4 by 8.25. Depending on the photo, I will do both. But first thing I will do is download all my photos, and I'll organize them by day. And when I do that, I haven't even opened these yet. When I do that, I will edit them, and I'll also name them by day as well. So when I get my photos back, they're really easy to organize because I know that this is Vegas 208, which means it's from day 2. That's from day 2. That's from day 3, 4, 5, 2, 4. And it just makes it really easy to sort my photos. The other thing I do, often I will print from home, but in this instance, I decided to go ahead and get them professionally printed through Shutterfly. I had some print credits, and I just thought it'd be a little easier. But what I'll do is I'll print everything, and you saw there that I'll go ahead and I'll add 2 3x4s onto one 4x6 photo so that I can easily just cut it in half, and it's ready to go. And it's a nice cheap way to print. So once I have edited all my photos, ordered them, or printed them from home, then I can start getting a little bit more organized. So I have a few enlargements here that I printed out. I have a large format printer. So this is a 19 by 13. On here I printed an 8.25 by 14 size photo. And I actually have two that are from our view of the hotel. So I've got a daytime photo and a nighttime photo, and I thought that those would be kind of fun. I also have a couple enlargements printed on 8.5 by 11 photos here, paper I mean, so that I'll have some photos to go on the front and back when I'm flipping through my double page spreads. So that will be something fun to add into the album. So what I will do, and I can do a little bit here while I'm just kind of talking you through, is organize all my photos by day. We've got 2, 4, and 5. And from there, I'll organize my ephemera as well once I've gone through it. So just to kind of give you an idea of how the way I number my photos makes this really easy. I don't want to make you sit through the whole thing, but it goes fairly quickly, which is nice. So technically it's on the 6th day we went home, but we were there for New Year's Eve. So I have a couple fun things that I will be able to do. Before somehow that one got misnumbered weirdly, but from my memories, it's easy to figure out where it's supposed to go. So kind of, I'm almost finished here, so I apologize. I'll be just a moment. Okay. So I'll start with the shortest day first. So the numbering of my actual photos 1 through 9 or whatever doesn't really matter, but I can look at this and know, okay, I went to dinner. Here's a photo at dinner. This was us gambling at the casinos. Here we went to lunch. It was a really simple day. So unfortunately, that's all the photos I have from our last day. Day 4, we went to see Lady Gaga in concert. So I've got photos of like a screenshot of our ticket. I've got a photo here, New Year's celebrations. And then we also went to like a really fancy dinner. It was like a tapas, so tons of small plates. Oops, I did totally mess that one up. So based on my theme here, these are really easy to organize. So we did a whole lot of like nothing most of the days, but here you can see we have the Gaga concert, we have dinner, and we have the New Year's celebrations. So then I can, that's day 5, now that's day 4. Here we are on day 3. We went to a show. We went to lunch, went to dinner, of course. We spent some time at the Wynn. I think I actually have some enlargements from that day that I need to print out as well. So there you are, day 3, nice and simple. Day 2, another simple, easy day. I think I might have a duplicate of that in my enlargements, but that's okay. We went to the Neon Museum. We went to Fremont Street. We did a little gambling. Had dinner at the Dim Sum Factory. Nice and simple. This was one of those kind of vacations where we stayed up late, slept in, and spent a lot of time at the hotel. So here we are, hotel, dinner. We flew in late at night, or in the afternoon, I should say. So, okay, here's my very first photo. Shots from the room. Dinner. Bellagio. Okay. So you can see within just a matter of moments how quickly I was able to organize my photos there. So I'll just set them in here like this. Now my next step is going to be kind of showing you all of my ephemera and what I've sort of collected, just so you can get an idea. I'm not planning to use everything that I collected, but this gives me options, and gives you the opportunity to add some fun things in here. So I found this awesome Vegas themed 3x4 stamp set from Kelly Perky, released in 2020. So I have that saved in there. Just kind of sort some stuff out here. Here I have some cards from Echo Park Paper. They have a state line. So I've got Nevada, Las Vegas, the flag, a map. And then there's some 3x4 cards here. And then this was a little wrinkled. I probably printed this at one point from a digital that I had. I'll probably reprint it, but it says dim sum time. And we went to dim sum. So that is a card that I would right away throw into that day's project once I get myself a little more organized here. So here I'll put like Vegas specific things. Here is going to be a really helpful piece of information. So when I got back, I wrote down on the different days the basics of what we did. So the 28th was travel day. I'll have information from the Cosmo where we stayed. We went to Giada's for dinner and at the Bellagio because there was not much else we did. On the 29th, we went to the Neon Museum. We were in downtown Vegas. We got the silver strikes, which are some special coins my partner won. Dim sum at the Paris, and we saw a Harry Potter play, which I don't even have any photos of that yet. On the 3rd, I did cross this out because I don't think I had any good photos of it, but I got my nails done. We went to the Wynn, we went to Grimaldi's, and we saw a show at the Atomic Saloon. So, and so on and so on. So that's really helpful. And these are the days. So it's December 28th, 29th, 30th, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, flying home. So we'll just kind of take a look at what else I've got in here because it is a lot. We've got boarding passes. Here are our tickets to the Neon Museum. So that's awesome. I'll be able to cut those up and use those. I've got things sticking here. Let me just attach that to something. Okay, so we've got my bag tag. We have, oh, this is the room card for the hotel. This is our gaming card. We've got information about how to use the gaming card and a little pouch that it came in. So that could be kind of fun. We've got another boarding pass. More boarding passes. This was probably on the way there because it's a computer printout, more bag tags. Oh, and here we have, these are some Studio Calico cards from one of their kits that were Vegas themed. So this is actually from the Neon Museum where we went. Or this is a black and white themed card about Vegas. Here's another shot from the Neon Boneyard. Lucky in Love or Cactuses. This one's a poker chip card. And it's double-sided. So if I play my cards right, I can stamp something fun here and maybe use the other side for journaling since they're both Vegas themed. So pretty fun that I have those. Here we have a booklet about how to use all their points and what it means for their, because that's when you gamble in Vegas, that's what that's all about. I'm not a huge gambler, but it's fun to have. Oh, here's some more cards from the Studio Calico line. More poker chips and palm trees. Here was, oh, this was a Honolulu cookie company that we found when we went shopping. So that's a business card. I grabbed a coaster from the hotel. So this can just act like an embellishment that happens to be this size, which is 3.5 inches. So that'll fit into a 4x6 pocket. Got a little fuzzy stuck to it. It's really thick, but I could either try to peel it apart because it looks like chipboard or just, you know, use it as an embellishment. Got more plate paperwork. Here we have a cash out voucher from the Paris. What I do have, I know on my phone, I wrote down a list of all the casinos that we were in. Here's more info from the, oh, it's a map of the hotel from the Cosmopolitan. So that's kind of fun. I might be able to include something with that. I wouldn't probably, see here's where they showed us how to get to our room, where to go for certain things, where the restaurants were in there. So that's fun to have. We've got a map. Here's my partner's playing card. Here's where we went to lunch at Gordon Ramsay Burger. So I've got that wooden pick. Here we have from going to see this show at the Neon Museum. It was a Tim Burton exposition. So there's some fun stuff here. I probably wouldn't punch holes in something like this, even though it's the perfect size. I would probably find a page protector to include this. So that's fun to have. Got more boarding passes and quite a few cash out vouchers from Bally's, the Venetian, and you'll notice these are all for like pennies. We were not cashing out winning big. Cromwell. Here we have my wristbands from the Neon Museum. So those are fun. More cash out vouchers from the Cosmo. It was just kind of fun to show all the different places that we went. Here's a card from a different casino. Here is, oh, this showed what room we were in. This is what the actual hotel key cards were placed in, I believe. So that could be kind of a neat pocket. I don't know if I love that part, but this could be kind of neat to include in a 3x4 pocket. I cut that off. And then last but not least, we have some sort of pamphlet here. This is where we were looking for the silver strikes. So this might be fun to use kind of like as background, or I might not use it at all. I might just throw it in the trash. There must have been some reason that I kept it, unless it was just to have something like this. So now you see what I have saved. And I've got my photos and my tickets. So my next step is going to be organizing these things by day and including them in here, and then also even a little bit of the cards and stuff here, because like there's specific ones that would be for specific days, like when we were at this museum, or you know, this is a poker chip, so using that for specific photos of us gambling would be really cool. And then these are kind of just, you know, some other Vegas or Nevada kind of themed cards that I can sort of sprinkle throughout the album. So that will be kind of my next stage. And I also created a little list here that is the basics of when I work on a travel album. So I have sitting here, sort and organize photos by day. Generally that's a pretty long process. Edit and order or print photos. So in this case, I did both. I'm gonna need to start considering what my title page will be. If it's gonna be a photo, if I'm gonna make my own transparency, or if I'm gonna have a transparency that lays over a photo. That's something that I need to start thinking about. I need to create an itinerary. So in all of my travel albums, I've created what I've started to call my signature itinerary, because I use the same fonts and the same kind of format, and I'm going to be excited to share that with you. And this will be really helpful in helping me get started with that, having a basic handwritten itinerary. The other thing too is for times that I'm not 100% sure on, these are time stamped. You know, like I know that we were here on the 28th, which I might not have, you know, specifically remembered. We were also at the Cromwell. That I knew because we went to Giada's, but we were at Bally's on the 29th. And I think that's where our, yeah, the Harry Potter play was there. Or that we were at the Venetian on the 30th because we had Grimaldi's, you know, so that will help a little bit. I need to organize my ephemera, which will probably be moved up a little bit on the line. I do need to start considering how I'm going to do my journaling. If I'm going to type out from, you know, memory what we did every day. I don't have any notes or anything. I'm not a note taker on vacations. Usually I remember pretty well. Considering a way to separate my days. So will I do transparencies? Will I use enlarged numbers and some sort of fun way to divide them? And then the next step after that is just to get started. So I've already taken a big step here in getting all of this organized, but I still have quite a bit of work to do. And I'm really excited to share with you my progress as I go. Can't wait to see what we end up with. Bye for now.